At the Beijing Bike Show about 2 months ago, we came across this brand, Bikes Custom Made. They are a trifold bike company here in China, and we've ridden a bunch of their bikes and reviewed them as well, so if you want to check that out, there's a bunch of their videos on our channel. However, one thing that we wanted to find out is how does this Bikes Custom Made bike compare to a Brompton? That's what we're going to find out in this video, so come along with us and let's find out a bit more. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to check both bikes, their movability, folding, unfolding, accessories that can be put on them, the prices, the weight of the bikes, as well as the final price of both bikes. Then what we're going to do is I'm going to ride both bikes, and finally I'll ask the opinion of my friend Liu Kun, who is the owner of this Brompton, to give us a bit more of, I guess, a second opinion on what I'm saying. So let's get into that. So to begin with, let's fold this bike and unfold it to see what that feels like and compare them. So that's the unfolding of the Bikes Custom Made. Let's check out the Brompton. Okay, so now let's unfold the Brompton, and then afterwards I'll compare what it was like folding and unfolding both bikes. Of folding and unfolding, the bikes felt quite similar. In my opinion, the screws on the Bikes Custom Made made it a little bit easier to unfold. However, overall it's relatively the same. There's not a big difference between it. The one thing that I preferred on this Bikes Custom Made bike was that when you're moving the seat post, it doesn't spin. There's like a guiding line here. However, on the Brompton, it kind of turns a little bit, and that's not ideal. The next thing that we're going to look at is the feel of both bikes. Like, what does it feel like in terms of its material and makeup? In terms of build, they're both built quite similarly. I guess they use similar steel. However, I think the finish on this Brompton is something that I really like. For example, this rack here and the mud guards and this little leather patch at the back. I think there is that added with the shifting of the gearing when I was riding it earlier, and as well as these kind of shifters here, give it a little bit more of a premium feel, including the saddle and these kind of grip shifts. All of those kind of finishing touches, I think, make the bike feel a little bit more premium. Let's think about maneuverability now, how to move them around, if that's very different between the two, and then we'll talk about accessories and prices. So both bikes fold and unfold in the same way, so I'll show you that quickly. So to begin with, there's a kind of a lever here that you pull, and that brings the back of the bike up, and that closes the bike. And then the second thing is you unscrew that screw there, and then you lift and pull, and you can bring that over. And then finally, you just kind of unscrew this, and the bike locks, and then you can move the seat post down. So in terms of moving the bikes, I found the Brompton to be easier to move because if you're going to move this bike, you lift it up like so, and then it's got these wheels at the bottom that you can use to move the bike, which is quite nice. I mean, it's easy enough. And you can also pick it up. It's quite light. However, the rack on the Brompton, as you can see, the Brompton has a rack at the bottom with 4 wheels, and you can just roll it. So in terms of gearing, the Brompton has 6 gears, whereas this Bikes Custom Made bike has 7 gears. The thing to take into consideration here is this is not the out-and-out speed model of the Brompton, but this Bikes Custom Made bike is made to go fast. Now, this Brompton, for what it is, to be kind of robust and easy to move around, is around maybe around 12, 13 kg, and this is around maybe 10 kg. So in terms of accessories, there's a lot of accessories that can go on both bikes. If you want to check out the accessories for the Bikes Custom Made bike, you can click the link in the description. As for Brompton, we all know that Brompton has slightly more expensive accessories. So I think that if you're going to be buying a bike to kind of customize to make it look cool, I think it's probably better to go with the cheaper option. So in terms of pricing, and I think that this is where the kind of unique nature of Chinese bikes comes into play, is that this Bikes Custom Made Unbound version is a bike made for pure speed. They've shaved off some grams on the steel, as well as added these titanium forks for reduced vibrations and to lower the weight. The weight of this bike is around 10 kg. However, this Brompton is slightly heavier, a bit more robust, but it's maybe 6,000 RMB more expensive. So the price of this is 10,000 RMB, whereas this Brompton is 16,000 RMB. We'll put up some USD for you to compare. Let's get the bikes going. Let's see how they feel. And then we'll get an opinion from Liu Kun, who's the owner of this bike, to find out a bit more about which one he prefers as well. Let's go. So this Unbound bike by Bikes Custom Made is one that I've owned for about 6 weeks now. I did a review video of it on the channel. I'll link in the description that you can check out if you're interested in that. I just wanted to ride this to get like a back-to-back feeling when I ride both bikes. So that's why I guess that's why I'm riding this one. I really enjoy this bike. I think it's super quick. I would prefer if it had a rack, but that kind of defeats the purpose because it's made for speed. What it's built for? I don't know how they could improve it. I really, really like this bike. I travel a lot with it. So yeah, let's get riding the Brompton and see what the difference is between the two bikes. So let's talk a bit about the Brompton. It's really comfortable. The tires are wide. You can kind of get like a Rolls Royce kind of feeling. It's super nice. The brakes are really good. It feels very well built, very well made. Kind of something that I didn't really enjoy is the gears. It's got an internal hub, so you have to stop pedaling before you can change gear. For example, if I'm pedaling, I can't change gear right now, but if I stop pedaling, now I can change gear. Also, I think it's made for kind of being super robust and easy to move around, so it's compared to my Unbound, which is made for speed. It's not too quick, but I don't think that matters for most people, so that's something to take into consideration. Alright guys, so this is Liu Kun. He's the owner of the Brompton, and he's going to give us a test ride. So Liu Kun, 你多少时间你有这个 Brompton？
大概1年的时间吧。
一年，你喜欢吗？
我很喜欢我的折叠自行车。
你一个月骑多少公里？你骑这个？
很少，基本每个月骑小步不会超过30公里。
但是你到现在你骑500公里多吗？
差不多500公里吧。
还有，如果你给我们一个 comparison， 这个时间够吗？
差不多是可以的。
OK， 你出去吧，和我问你的感觉。
好的。
拜拜。
拜。
So this Unbound bike by Bikes Custom Made is my personal bike that I've ridden for over 700 kilometers now. I love it, it's a great bike. But I wanted to ride both these bikes back to back because, you know, when you ride something back to back, you get that better feeling. You can compare things better because it's not like a distant memory. So a few things that I liked about the Brompton: it was really comfortable, it's sturdy, it's got quite like a luxury kind of Rolls Royce premium feel to it. I don't know whether it's the way it looks or kind of like a wider tire, which makes it more comfortable, but I really enjoyed it. However, I'm a roadie and I want speed. That's why I chose this bike by Bikes Custom Made. It's super fast, it's light. And the thing I think I like the most when I did back-to-back comparisons with the both bikes is you can change gears really rapidly on this bike. It just flicks through gears like a normal road bike. Whereas with the Brompton, you have to stop pedaling to change gear. If price was not a factor, I would still choose this bike from Bikes Custom Made because it's just faster, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something to move around easier and something to get me from point A to point B quite quickly. Having said that, I'm not dogging on the Brompton. The Brompton is premium, but I personally wouldn't spend £2,000 on a trifold bike, and that's my personal opinion. We hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any comments or anything that you want to say, please let us know in the comment section below, and we'll catch you next time. Take care.